Engaging with art, whether that's popular culture or whether it's literature, visual art, is a way for people to imagine different ways of living. If art isn't giving us that, it's less likely that people will imagine forms of life and social organization that are better and different from what we have now. So the book is called On Compromise: Art, Politics, and the Fate of an American Ideal. In the 20th century, we saw, avant-gardists making crazy experiments with their art and literature. Contemporary writers seem to me to draw some of those strategies from experimentalism and bring them together with accessibility and marketability. Stylistic compromise was preferable to stylistic extremity. You can see this in something like prestige television, the sort of compulsive use of fragmentation in prestige television, where it starts to become a trope and it starts to become boring. That's not to say that any individual writer or artist is corrupt. If you want to be able to sell your novel, you have to conform to these expectations. Compromise in art, it's hard to draw one-to-one connections between art and politics or art and society, but I wouldn't do what I do if I didn't think there was some sort of connection. The contemporary rhetoric says we're more polarized than ever. Political figures say that the only solution is compromise. I make a distinction between compromise as a means and compromise as an end. When compromise is held up as a value in and of itself, as something good, but if we look at the history of compromise in American politics, it's actually quite an ugly thing. Compromises often are ways for people in positions of privilege to preserve their security on the backs of somebody who doesn't have that kind of privilege. The thing that I really hope people get from the book, that instead of it kind of gliding by as something generally positive, look carefully when compromise appears as just sort of like a good thing in popular discourse.